Bodies by Farny.
I felt real heavy into my feet.
Yeah. So from an acupuncture standpoint, that area of the foot is kidney 1 acupuncture point. That's the belief where the energy from the earth comes up to for the kidney channel. So it has a lot to do with grounding, but obviously we're also not used to a lot of times being still in one place.
Yeah.
So there could be definitely many reasons why that happened, and for sure. So thank you. Gerardo?
I definitely felt the pain in my legs and my shoulders.
Okay.
More on my shoulders, more up here.
Mm-hmm.
I did feel the energy when we were scooping it in.
I could feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Thanks. Oh, appreciate it.
Great reminder, I'm not doing enough. I appreciate what everyone has said. I too experienced tingling and numbness when I first started, and the more that I did, I realized, being between two very muscular guys, how strong I really am through Qigong.
What do you mean?
You know?
3?
Yeah,
you're trying.
Thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome. But really, it's just, seeing, not trying to look, and it's not a judgment, it was a reminder of myself of how strong I've become through Qigong, because it's a different type of strength than muscle weight training. It's different than yoga, but it's similar to yoga, but how it's totally blown away my yoga practice and how much stronger and quicker I got with yoga doing the breath and Qigong. So I'm thankful for the re-kick in the pants. Thank y'all.
Anytime.
I felt like when I was staring into myself and bringing the energy in and out, that I could like literally see my aura growing and getting bigger, and it was intense. Like I was dripping sweat, like and my calves are still shaking, my legs are kind of shaking. So it seemed like something so simple but so deep at the same time, and just super empowering. I feel definitely more stimulated and awake. It feels great.
Do you feel, this is the perception I feel, it's like I can feel like the energy, but do you also feel grounded at the same time?
Yeah, no, I do.
Very activated. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's what's also amazing though, with, like she was saying, yoga and Qigong are like two sides of the coin, but there's not only that grounding aspect, but just the activation aspect of the practice as well. So, cool, thank you for sharing.
That's good. That's longer than what I usually do. I have exercises based off of the medical Qigong, so I have like something that I've been working with based off that.
Yeah.
So this was different. I like it though. With Kundalini Yoga, you do the same repetitive thing over and over until you really want to quit, but it's that moment you have to keep going, and this reminded me of that, where you just keep going. I also got really hot.
It's a little warm in here. I apologize. I wasn't trying to interrupt you. It's just the sirens were going.
Oh, you're fine.
Having that close definitely raises the. There's like I said, when there are 2 or more gathered, they've actually measured it like 2 people, the energy, the megahertz, and then I don't remember with 3, 6, 10 people in a room. It's amazing how when it's great to do this by ourselves, but if you can do a practice with several people, the energy is actually palpable, and it can actually be measured in the room. So that.
Calves hurt.
I know a good massage therapist who can massage for you.
Shoulders were, for me, I think it was getting my breathing down. When you're saying, breathe in when we're doing something, and I caught myself breathing in, but then breathing out, and then breathing in again. So being able to take that one breath going up, or that, the one breath exhale going out. I was doing it 2 or 3 times, and it didn't feel comfortable doing it that way. So obviously, my breathing needs to get better. But no, we did this, a couple months ago, and obviously need to do it more than every couple of months. But yeah, no, you should do a regular class of this.
We're gonna.
No, I could see all the different ways that this can help me with my breathing, with peace, with getting my body fit. There's just so many different things with Qigong that can help me get where I want to be. It's multifaceted.
Yeah, like Michelle said, it's a different kind of strength, a different kind of work. like there's with personal training or yoga, each has its place, but yeah, this is a whole another way, another doorway.
Yeah, I felt
accessing it.
muscles interior that I haven't felt in a long time. And it's a good feel, a very good feel.
I also appreciate you keep reminding us to relax our shoulders.
Yeah.
And not to.
Sometimes that's just to remind myself. Sometimes as a teacher, it's like to remind yourself to relax your shoulders, but yeah, it ends up working.
The one thing I didn't share, yeah, it's a little warmer in here, but it wasn't so much that the room was warm, it was as the energy is becoming harnessed, for myself as well as collectively, it was really enjoyable. I was like, yes, I'm starting to sweat a little bit, because you don't think you're going to sweat by, standing. You're like, oh, you do. And this is just the start of sweating. But it's really been nice. Everyone's energy has been really enjoyable, so thank you.
Yeah, y'all did fantastic. I mean, if y'all are feeling energized right now, we're about to get really, really energized. So let's take a 5-minute break. So if you need to use the restroom, and then set up your yoga mats wherever you like, just as long as your feet are not facing anyone's head.
I will find I thought like I was smiling because I couldn't, because we were supposed to keep our eyes open right whenever we were in the elbows, but my eyes would shut down and then I would open, then they would shut down. I would open. And so I would shake my head. And then I would be like, oh my God, what is going on? What's going on with my body? I didn't control it anymore. Maybe it was different.
Yeah, there is a letting go aspect, and like I said, this is just one type of meditation. It's a very activating form since it's based off of pranayama, which is a form of the yoga breathing, so it's very activating, where before we did more of a natural breath, Gong type anapana breathing, and so totally different. It gets to a similar place, but in a different way.
Yes,
So.
amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, and what like my right leg is some form just like I don't know if it was releasing energy or something, just like it moved. I believe it moved or something. Like an energy comes down.
Thank you.
No, it was, I had a smile at one point because you're like, when we were doing the breathing, I could just feel myself just sinking and letting go. Like, when I'm going to take a nap and you're like, stay with me, I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. But no, it was, and I never get to do that as a yoga instructor, just relax, what we call shavasana, because I have to be consciously aware of my class and the time and all that. So for me, it was just, I'm like, yes. And then you're like, stay with me. I'm like, oh. And so I was smiling at myself like, oh. But it was good. I got the same tingling after the last 50 when we were able to relax back down. I just felt like my jaw had this weird tingling sensation to it. And it was cool.
I felt the greatest sensation after we were done. I honestly felt like I had air in all my muscles and like felt my entire body. Like there was oxygen inside my muscles.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a good thing.
Awesome. Good show. Good yoga mat here.
Huh?
Good yoga mat here.
No, yeah, it's just nice to have the oxygen, infuse at such a cellular level. Not so much with the tingles, because I've practiced this, so it's a different experience now. It's deeper, more shavasana-like, but with breath work. That's the way I would describe it. It's like doing active shavasana for me today. So,
and I did incorporate. I mean, if you ever do go to a chi rev, I mean, I did a 15-minute version, and it's actually a 40-minute version. Actually, that's the actual entirety. So it's a longer practice. So you got a taste of it. We did the 2 sets, but it's actually a 40-minute practice. And it's done to music. I wanted just to, like I said, y'all to experience the silentness of it. But y'all did great. So so again, thank you.
I love the intensity of it. Every time you kept saying, it should sound like this. It was like making me smile every time. I was like, yes, I love that. Like the sensation I was getting from like my upper lip all around my jaw, like I had like the craziest tingling feelings in my face. Kind of like what you were saying, like with the ants around your face, but it felt like just like, I don't know, like crazy vibrations and tingling like non-stop going around. And it was like, whoa, this is really intense. But yeah, it was awesome.
So ventilation, it's when you're breathing, time-wise, I had intended to go through a little bit of the 9 breath, but time-wise just didn't have the time. So usually if you go to Chi breath empowerment, this is what you actually experience first before you even will go through 9 breath. So like I said, this was the first time, but the actual 9 breath, which this is based off of, it's through the tip of the nostril. So when you breathe in, it's a, and your exhale should actually be softer. Your inhale should.
Okay.
So it's not a, that's hyperventilation. So this is, pranayama is to the tip of the nose, and your lungs should almost be like a barrel.
Yeah.
And so,
like at one point I thought maybe ujjayi because there was a noise, you know, like when you breathe through the throat.
Yeah, it's a little
like
similar.
that. But then nostril, it was different. The feeling was different as I was laying on my elbows. I was trying to control the breathing, and it felt different from ujjayi to the other one. And I think I kind of hyperventilated myself a little bit.
Okay, you did great. That's why I felt that there was one moment where I noticed, and that's why I said if you are feeling dizzy, I mean, that can happen, it's natural, but that's where I said to back off a little bit if you did feel that. And sometimes, like, you did notice things that come up, that whether it was pain or discomfort or just that intensity. I just remember the experience I had last year when we went. It's like I had so much energy run through my body that it was almost painful, but yet it was blissfully painful at the same time. So it's like there's a trust factor that comes with just letting go, because we all have a tendency to want to control things, especially ourselves. And this is all about letting go of that control. So you all did great. Any other questions?
Yeah, is like, whenever we're doing the warrior breathing, is it more intended to be breathing through your chest or more through the belly, or is it just more just whatever you naturally...
So when you breathe through the tip of the nose, what happens naturally, you breathe more into the lungs, where if you go softer, the abdomen naturally expands. So more natural breathing is like your belly is like a beach ball, where the 9 breath or warrior breath, when you breathe into the tip of the nose, your lungs you'll feel the difference. So did you feel that? Or?
Yeah, no, I did for sure. I was definitely doing it through the chest.
Yeah, so if you felt that through the chest, then yes, you were doing the warrior breathing.
Okay.
It's very activating.
Excellent, yes, it is.
So we're saying nine breaths. I mean, are there 9 different breaths?
Well, Jeff has his 9 breath method, and he has a whole meditation. So there is the meditations that you can even get, but it follows a 9 breath pattern. So it starts with 9 breaths, and then it goes to 18, then to 27, then 36, and even during certifications, we got up to like 70 breaths at once. And so you want to talk about feeling some energy and group energy. I mean, it was unbelievable, but that's what it's based off of. It's his formula, his version of, pranayama type breathing, because he discovered that it cured his asthma. He had asthma his whole life, and when he discovered it cured his asthma. That's what he reports.
Wow.
Why or how he discovered it.
You had talked about you might have one nostril that's more dominant than the other. By practicing this, would that help even it out? Or?
There is that possibility. There's just also with following your own natural breath is not to judge it. It's just to observe it. Because a lot of times when we have the tendency is like, man, why is my left side not, or vice versa. Or the idea is if you can just observe your natural breath, the sensations over time, you'll actually find your breath will get deeper. So even in your yoga practice, try it. Try just really connecting with your natural breath. I know certain practices have a timing. I mean, I've done Bikram, I've done Yin, but I'm not sure what forms that y'all do, but if you can, I mean, I've found the breath timing that it's just, I've gone sometimes a few weeks without doing yoga, and yet my practice is even more just graceful and just, for lack of a better word, beautiful.